brain in your head is a complex organ. Some theories say the second brain is in the gut, but I am talking about the brain in your head right now. Your brain is so complex because it is responsible for so many things. It wears multiple hats. It's the hub of information, course correction, transformation, and elevation. Think about that. Your brain is orchestrating all of those things. To some degree, not only is it holding the information, it's a center of information, but it initiates course correction when you're ready for a brain reset. It initiates the transformation when you're ready to give your life an overhaul. And it activates the elevation of your life from what it used to be to what it is now. Amazing. The brain has so many roles. Let's explore some of them. It acts as the controller. It's controlling the dynamics, not only of all of the 8 parts of the brain, but also the body systems. It's a monitor. It's monitoring your progress, and it is adjusting according to your intentions and your behavior. Your actions, wow, they really, really do impact the way the brain, continues to function at the conscious and subconscious level. It's an organizer. It organizes all of your thoughts and everything that you've learned, both academic and street smarts. Everything you've learned. The body has memory, and the cells and organs adjust and organize based on what the brain is telling them. It's very interesting how it integrates every experience, and then it organizes that experience in ways that we don't even think about consciously. The brain is a developer. It develops new ways for us to problem solve and, move through obstacles. And it develops new ways for us to conceptualize who we are now. If you're a person who's doing incredible work, using affirmations and declarations and being as positive as you can and being diligent about what comes out of your mouth, choosing to be drama-free, you are recreating and reconceptualizing who you are because you're uploading new mental software. So your brain is a developer. It's an excavator. It has the ability to go in and excavate what is hard and dead and dry and maybe no longer useful. I was listening to a very interesting neuroscientist talking about how we view our past trauma and how a lot of the time the story that we tell and the story that we believe is very different from what actually happened. That's not to minimize the trauma that people have been through. It's just that the way we remember it is often a little bit or even a bit different than what actually happened. Sometimes we embellish the story based on our brokenness and our lack of internal resources to heal and see it for what it was. So the brain is an excavator. When we're ready, it can go in and dig out and excavate the truth. It can excavate what's no longer needed. It can get down through that hard, dense ground, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, in the brain, and it can get down to the truth, the source of the information. The brain is a landscaper. It can create something beautiful out of what was once just dry desert. The brain is a motivator. It stimulates us, it motivates us. If we upload the right mental software, the brain, and of course the subconscious part of the brain, can be a dynamic cheerleader in our lives. The brain is an eliminator. It has the ability, while we don't ever unlearn anything that we've learned, every neuropath that we've created, it's there to stay. but the brain can eliminate habits and, I guess, cycles and patterns that are no longer useful. We can literally eliminate behaviors that our family members, our parents, grandparents, and ancestors did once we, in a new unit of time, accept the fact that those just aren't helpful. They're not useful. For example, if you grew up in a family that's extremely judgmental or mean, that tendency, that defense mechanism, that characteristic is something that can be eliminated. You're never going to forget that that's the type of family you grew up in, and you're never going to forget that that's who you used to be, but you can eliminate the habits and cycles that are no longer serving with diligence, intention, practice, and new, of course, mental software. Your brain is a manufacturer. It's manufacturing new paradigms, new possibilities, new potentials. Of course, your brain is a creator. It creatively creates. Your brain, can be sharp, sharp, sharp when that is what the situation calls for. And it can be whimsical and magical. And you can allow the imagination to flourish and you can have a lot of fun. It's very interesting that we have the ability to dissociate, okay, as a protection mechanism, as a defense mechanism, but we can also travel into Wonderland. And this is where some of the most incredible music is, established, or, plays and musicals and art. A lot of the time they're conceived in the imagination, in the mind's eye. So very interesting that this brain is so powerful. We can dissociate and check out when we can't deal. We can go into this space where we don't even remember the last 20 minutes, or we can go into, dream space and imagine something and then actually bring it to life so that others can view it and experience it. All right, the brain can be a regulator, an instigator, a healer, a repairer, a plumber. The brain has the ability to go in and, how can I say this in a professional way, release the crap, alleviate the crap buildup. Yeah, it can be a plumber, especially when it's time for us to let go of negative emotional buildup or overwhelm, overload. The brain is a cleanser, cleaning out, cleansing the story, the old paradigms, the old image, the old self-image. It allows us to just breathe anew and create and reconceptualize who we are now in a new unit of time. It's a rewirer. It rewires, all the different parts of the brain, and it repatterns the body to sync with the brain. It's a coder and a recoder of information. It uploads new mental software, or I guess you could say we upload the software and then the brain distributes that, new information to the body and the organs and the body systems. How do we upload the new software? Intentions, what we're allowing to come out of our mouth, our dominant thoughts, our dominant feelings, vibration, frequency, so many things. But what we think about, what we feel, what we say, what we do, the intentions that we set, affirmations, declarations, all of that is coding and or recoding us. The brain is a mediator between the right and left, brain hemispheres and the right and left sides of the body. And the brain is a translator of information to our cells, organs, and all body systems. The brain causes synchronization. Thoughts are electrical. Feelings are magnetism. Together, they form electromagnetism. Neuroscience is showing more and more the connection between thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. We're so powerful. So if we're diligent about the thoughts that we're thinking and what we allow ourselves to feel, if we set the tone by being diligent about how we live our lives, what behaviors we allow ourselves to participate in. I mean, it's easily said, right? Thoughts, feelings, behaviors, just change them and everything, the world is great. No, it's a really concentrated effort. I mean, it may require that you step away from some relationships. You may have to change your diet. You may have to let go of some partnerships or relationships that are no longer serving. You may have to relocate. You may have to get a new job. You may have to begin to carry yourself and conduct yourself differently. You may choose to get off of social media or revamp your social media. I mean, if we want to be the best version of ourselves, yes, we need to understand the connection between thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, but we also need to take ownership of what contributes to the dominant thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It's our life. It's our lifestyle. So if we want to see a change in our life, we're going to have to change our life. And we may have to change our lifestyle. And baby steps, moderate steps, big steps towards radically changing our lives will impact the way that we think and what we feel. And of course, the actions will speak for themselves. They're going to always be actions, behaviors will always be aligned with our dominant thoughts and feelings. So if you ever want to track where you are, let's say you're like, well, I don't really read energy. I'm not really into that woo-woo stuff. Okay, well, let's just look at it practically. What are your dominant thoughts? Are they positive or are they negative? What are your actions? Are you always eating, dried, food that is like dead and just processed and not healthy? Or do you drink a lot of water? Do you take hikes? Do you eat fruit? Do you eat healthy, nourishing meals? Do you get good rest? You know what I mean? Like, do you clean your house? Do you wash your clothes? Are you good to your pets? Are you a healthy, decent person? Are you a value creator? All of these basic things help you track where you are. And it's not about self-judgment, because we certainly don't want to go down that path. But we do want to take ownership for our lives and our lifestyles and come out of this cognitive dissonance and this collective denial that many of us have been in, where we act like we don't know what the problem is and where we act like we don't know what's wrong. We do know what's wrong. We have to take ownership and look at our gardens, metaphorically speaking, our brains, our bodies, our lifestyles, our relationships. And we have to pull the weeds out of our own garden without being in denial. We have to pull the weeds out of our own garden. And when we're able to do that, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors begin to work for us instead of against us. Now, depending on the type of past experiences you've had, maybe with trauma or heartbreak or betrayal, there are times when boundaries need to be set. Boundaries between the past and the present, believe it or not, is available. We can set them between our past and our present as a healthy barrier that will keep you protected from fixating or ruminating on the traumatic past. Fixation and rumination on things that we cannot change is not helpful. It keeps us stuck in the negative aspects of fight or flight. It causes the amygdala to fire off way more often than it should be firing off. And it creates a lot of anxiety, insomnia, panic, worry. You can heal your past to some degree with current brain neurology in the present moment now. If you focus on the you at your best capacity, who are you as your highest self? Who are you when you're really thriving and really operating at full capacity? And make peace with yourself. Make peace with yourself now. Love yourself now. Be in your own energy. Be self-referent. Go within. So no more externalizing, no more looking outside of yourself No more woulda, shoulda, coulda, or well, they've got this, or how come not me, or why this, why that. No, 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 no. Go within, find your joy, be in your own energy, be happy now by staying in the present moment, controlling what you can control now, using thoughts, using feelings, using affirmations, causing every behavior to align with the person you want to be, not who you used to be. Who do you want to be now? And who do you want to be moving forward? Create a great future by being happy now. And you may say, well, that's easily said and done. I've been traumatized. I was betrayed. I was sideswiped. Got it. Okay. But you can still breathe while you have breath in your body, and you can still use your words to affirm the positive. I've been through a lot, but I'm working on myself. I'm getting better and better each day. In this now moment, I choose to be grateful. So you can say things like that, even if you've been betrayed or traumatized or hurt. You can create a great future by choosing to be happy now, by choosing to be diligent with the words that you speak. And if you really don't feel happy now, then just say, I'm open to feeling happier. I'm willing to feel happy now. You're not saying you're happy now. You're just open and you're just willing, which softens the subconscious part of the brain, and it allows you to create a new paradigm. Use the tools available to course correct in your mind, your body, your spirit, and your energy. You can take full responsibility for your life now. You can teach your brain how to help you heal. Your healing process is actually impacted by what you upload to the brain. So you have to take responsibility for the mental software that you're uploading. You can help your brain help your healing process by remembering that you have control in the present moment. So in the present moment, upload new mental software, and your complex brain will organize your life in profound ways. It will declutter the chaos and use its synchronization techniques to bring balance, healing, and transformation.